Okay. Um, Good day, everybody. I want to do this class. Please, I would need you to have your gadgets ready, whether you're using a laptop or a mobile device. But then I would appreciate that you use a laptop because some of the things that we'll be teaching, it will be better done using a laptop, not just a mobile device. So please, I would like you to, if you don't have a laptop, then that's when you can use your mobile device, whether it's a phone or a tablet. So today we're going to start off with Microsoft Word. So you just go to your computer, look for Microsoft Word. I think I have it on my desktop. So I have Microsoft, any version of Microsoft Word you have, Microsoft Office 210, 27, 216, 220, 224, or you have 2026, whichever one you have, you can still use it. So you open your Microsoft Word. Now, I want you to know that Microsoft Word is used to create Office documents. It's used in a school, it's used in the office, it's used at home, right? There are places you can use it. So now, when you open Microsoft Word, this thing you see that is blinking is called insertion point. It's called insertion point. That's where anywhere you see that thing blinking, that's where your test will start from. So if I want to write now, you see that it starts from the insertion point. So anywhere you have your insertion point, that's where your writing starts. So anywhere you see the insertion point, that's where it will start. So now there are a couple of things that I'll need to show you in Microsoft Word, especially this place is called ribbon. This place you see my mouse hovering over is called ribbon. So on that ribbon you have home, insert, page layout, reference, mailing, review, and view. So I'm going to take turns to teach you the most important ones. Not really everything, but the most important ones. So the first thing we're going to start learning is on home. So when you get to home, you're going to see, I don't know, from my computer, you're seeing Calibri body. This Calibri body is called font family. All these things are called font family. All of them, there are a whole lot of them. They are called font family. So you could have a document. They might tell you to use a particular font family to do a document. So you come here, you look for the particular font family to use. But the default font family for an official document is Times New Roman. That's the default font family for an official document is Times New Roman. Now, the default font size, this place now is called font size. There are different sizes here from 8 to 72. From 8 to 72. However, the default font size for an official document is 14. Default font size for an official document is 14. So I would come here and select 14. However, anything you're doing in Microsoft Word, you want to format a text, you must highlight the text first. You must highlight the text. So for me to implement the font, whatever I selected, I will have to highlight this. Then I'll come to this place, look for Times New Roman. Then come to this place, select 14. Okay. So training on Microsoft Word. So anything I'm writing now is going to be that way. So training on Microsoft Word is what I've written. Then the next thing I need to do, I need to make this text to be bold. I need to make this text to be bold. So I will highlight it. Remember, I told you anything you're doing in Microsoft Word, you have to highlight. I will highlight everything. I'll come to this place and click B. So it's either I click here B or I will do Control C, Control B. I highlight, I do Control B. So let me show you. Let me highlight. So I will highlight, I do Control B. Control B is to make your text, your highlighted text, bold. All right. Now, if I want it to be italics, I will come here and say training on Microsoft Word with teacher Prince. So now I have two tests. I want this one to be italics. Italics is this one. This I here is italic. So I will select it. So it will italize my write-up. Shortcut for italics. Let me do control. The shortcut for the italics is Control I. Control I is for shortcut italics, or you can come here and click it. Now, I want to underline this text, the two tests. I will come here, highlight the two of them. I will select this U with underline. Once you click this U with underline, it underlines it. Okay? Shortcut for underline is Control U. So you hold down the Control key, hold it down. You hold down the Control key and press U. That's shortcut for underline. However, there are different underlines that you can have. You can have this underline. These are different types of underline that you can have. Okay, so you select the one. If you want underline color, so your text underline will have a different color as your against your text. You go to underline color and select the color you prefer. Okay, just look for the one that suits your taste. When you get the one, you select it. So you now see I have underline, but I have underline color. Okay, now the next thing that we can do here is to make this to increase the font or reduce the font. So if you want to increase the font without going to this font size, you just highlight what you want to increase. You come to this place and you tap it. Once you keep tapping it, it will be increasing the font. You see, all right, you see. And once this one is increasing, the font size will be increasing. If you want to reduce it, you tap the smaller a there, it will be reducing it. You see, it reduced it now. Okay, now after that, the next thing that you can have here is strike through. This one here is called strike through. You want to strike through your text, you just highlight the text, highlight it, you click strike through. So it strikes through the text. It strikes through the text. Okay, now these two buttons here are for suffix and superscript and subscript. So I want to say this is the teacher Prince. Teacher Prince. All right. I will add dates here. I will add dates here. So I'll now say 23rd, 23rd of March 2026. That's the date the training started today. So now you see this 23rd, that's actually why I wrote it. This 23rd now is in superscript because the two letters went up. That's what we call superscript. If you want to bring it down, you highlight it and go to this place and drop it. So this one is called subscript. Subscript and superscript. Subscript is going to bring the letter down. Superscript is going to put it up. So once you highlight it, select superscript. In the case of this 23rd March now, you know that it's supposed to be up. That's the normal standard date. All right, so we're going to make it superscript. I hope you're following. Take your time and practice so far. Just take your time and practice this one so far. Okay, so I want to believe that you've practiced it and you've seen how it goes. All right, so let's continue. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to remove all this because I'm done with my title and subtitle. Then I want to start writing. So I'm going to remove all these things that we added, like bold, italics, and underline. Because if I don't remove it now, I'll now say day one training. You see that all those things are coming out. You see that all those things are coming, and it's not supposed to be there because we started writing the body of our work. So what I'm going to do, if you don't want it to come out, you do two things. First one is that you remove them before you start writing. So I will do Control Z, remove it. Then I will come here and turn this off, turn this off, turn this off. If you look properly, see that it is not normal. So I'll come here and do day one training. So I'll come here and do day one training. Okay. However, if I wanted to leave it there so that I can now remove it myself, by the way, what I'm doing now is undo. If you are writing something and you made a mistake, you want to go back to the previous work you were doing, you press Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z is to undo. Ctrl Z is to undo. Or you can go to your desktop, your background. You see this, you see this arrow. This is called undo arrow. Once you click it, it will undo whatever thing that you've done. So I will come here and say undo. So you see now that those things are already turned on. So if I want to remove them and continue my work, I'll just turn them off, and I have my work. So the one training, we are learning how to create a document. So that's the first thing we are learning now, how to create a document. After learning how to create a document, we'll learn okay, let me put this down here. We are learning how to first thing, number one, is how to create a document. Then after learning how to create a document, the next one is how to format a document. Let me remind you that formatting a document means a whole lot. So it's not just how to format a document. So now we have these things now. So if the next thing I'm going to show you is how to make a letter capital, small. It's called case sensitive. Case sensitive. For instance, I want all of this to be in capital letter. I will first remember I told you whatever you're doing in Microsoft Word, you highlight first. So I want to change this text or body of text to capital letter. So I will highlight it. I'll go to this capital A, small a section. All right. You select the small arrow beside that small drop down arrow beside it. Once you tap on it, it will show you these options. The first option is sentence case. The job of this sentence case is to make the first letter capital, the first letter of the word to be capital. So if you select it now, that's what is a default um, case. All right. So the sentence case is the default case. Then the next one is lower. Lower case will make everything small letter. Everything small letter. Okay, just be watching what it's doing to the work. Everything small letter. Then the next one is uppercase. Uppercase is going to make everything in capital letter. Everything in capital letter. Then the next one is capitalize each word. So each word or you highlighted is going to be in capital letter. Each word, you see that day is in capital letter, one is in capital letter, training is in capital letter. Now the next one there is to toggle case. Toggle case is going to change it. It's going to alter the arrangement. So you see now that the first letters that were supposed to be capital letters are now small letters, and other letters of the word are capital letters. That's for toggle case. All right. So these are the 4 case or 5 case sensitives that we have. So we have sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, and toggle case. But like I told you, the default of them all is sentence case. However, Because of what I'm building, I want to make uppercase the sentence case. So you see now training, what they want training is we are learning how to create a document, how to format a document. Okay, so to continue further, the next thing we are going to learn here is to test effect. Test effect, how to give effect to your text. So we highlight this, all right? So we come to text effect and we change the effect to whatever you want it to be. I prefer this, so I select this as my text effect. All right, select it as my text effect. All right, the other things you can do on text effect, you can go there and change the outline of your text effect, the outline color. You want to build another outline color that is not what is already here. Anyone that is not on this customized area, anyone that if you don't like these ones, you can build your own from scratch. So you select it, you go to outline color, give any outline color that you want. Okay, then you go to shadow. You can give it any shadow that you want. All right, then you can also build reflection that you want. Reflection, how it appears. Can build the reflection that you want. So are you seeing that it's taking effect? You see that there is an effect on the text. It's not like the normal text that we had there. All right, so but then I don't like this effect. It's blinding. So I'll go and change the reflection. I think that's the best reflection. Okay, let's use this reflection. So it's better now. This is better. So then the next thing we can also do is to make it glow, make it glowy. So I select this glow. So you see how the text look like now. So that's what you get in text effect. All right, then another thing that you can do here is to give a background of your text area. You select this, you come here and you give a background of your text area. All right, I believe that you've come across some books that you see things like this. So this is the background of my text area. All right, but then none of these are colors that I prefer. I don't like any of these colors. Okay, let's just, for the lesson's sake, let's just pick one color. I don't like any of this color. It does not match what I'm building. But then let's pick this. Let's pick one of these colors. Okay, none of this color matched. Okay, let's use this color. Now, the next thing that we can do is test color. Test color. Text color is to change the color of the text. So you select the text that you want to change the color. You come here, you now look for the right text, any text that can match with your color. Please, it's important that you know how to match your colors. You learn how to match your colors. So you find it where look for a color. I think the best color so far is black, so we'll still go with black. So I need you to practice so far. Just practice these ones that we've done. All right, practice this one. Let me give you some time to practice before we continue. Okay, welcome back. I want to believe that you've tried it out. Please, I need you to, when I give you space to try out, it's important that you practice, okay, so that you will be on the same page. All right. So that's for text effect. So far we have covered the fonts family, font size, increasing growth front and the shrink front. We've learned case sensitive. We learned how to get the text bold, italize, underline, types of underline, strike through, subscript, superscript, text effect, fill color or text highlight, then text color. All right, so we've learned a couple of these. Then to also continue, I'm going to also do how to clean a format. You want to clean a particular format. You don't like that format. For instance, I want to clean up this format. If I want to clean this format, I'll just highlight it. Remember, I told you anything you're doing in Microsoft Word, you have to highlight. So I'll highlight this and I will click on this clear formatting. So once you click clear formatting, it removes the formatting of your work. It removes everything. It restores it back to where it is. The only thing that did not move right now is the fill color, all right, because the fill color just has to do with background. It has nothing to do with text. This clear formatting is just for text. It has nothing to do with the background. So that's why it didn't clean the background. All right. You notice that the fill color is there, but the text formatting is no longer there. If you do Control Z, you see that every other thing is there. The font family is there. The font size is there. All right. And the text color is there. So, but when you highlight now and say clean formatting, it restores it to the default font size, default font family, and default text. Let's do it now. So you click on this now. You see that it restores this text to the Calibri body and 11, which is the default font size and font family you get in Microsoft Word. So that's the job of clear formatting. Remember that it only works on text. It only clears any formatting on your text, not the background. Okay, I hope we are together. I hope we are together. Give me a thumbs up if we are still together. All right. Okay, so I want to do Control Z to restore the. Then the next thing that we are going to do is the alignment. There are 4 alignments in Microsoft Word. There are 4 alignments. We have left alignment, which is the default alignment for Microsoft Word. Default alignment. Please, I need you to note these things I mentioned. The default alignment, the default font size, the default font family for an official document. So the default alignment for an official document is left alignment. Then after left alignment, what alignment means is that when you select left alignment, all your text will be aligned to the left. All highlighted text will be aligned to the left. Center alignment means that all highlighted text will be aligned at the center. Right alignment means that all highlighted text will be aligned to the right. Then justified, which is the last one, means that all the alignments will be maintained. The top alignment, the left alignment, the right alignment, and the bottom alignment will be maintained. So justify alignment means that the top margin, the left margin, the right margin, and the bottom margin will be maintained. So let's do practice. So the default I told you is left alignment. So everything here is aligned to the left. Now the next thing, I'm going to align this topic of our training to center alignment. So if you watch center alignment, you see that this text that I highlighted is now at the center. Let me do the same thing to the subtopic. So I will highlight it and click center. So you see now that the subtopic is at the center, the topic is at the center. Let me show you what right alignment can do. So you highlight, you click right alignment. You see now the highlighted text moves to the right. Let me return it back here. So if I highlight again and say justify, you see that they will maintain their margin. You see the margin is maintained. It's not center, it's not left, it's not right, it's not um, um, left. So it's now justified. The margins are maintained. So these are the 4 different alignments that we have. Let me give you some time to practice. I'll come back in a while. Come back. I want to believe that you really tried out your hands. Okay, now to continue, let's work on number and bullet. Number and bullet, or they call numbering and bullet. Numbering and bullet is actually how a line or lines are identified, whether they are identified as bullets or numbers. These ones that have shapes, these ones that have shape are called bullets. So these are the bullets we have, all right? But however, let's come here, highlight this, and give the bullet. So you come here, you see now this one is already numbered, all right? These ones are numbered. So anyone you want to work on, you highlight. Remember, I keep saying it, highlight. So you come to this place and choose any bullet that you prefer. A lot of them, a lot of them. So just choose the one that suits your taste. Choose the one that suits your taste. I think I like this one. I think I like this. So that's for bullets. These ones are called bullets. All of these are called bullets. All right. So let me copy so that we can do numbering. So I want to do numbering. I will highlight. I'll come to this place, and these are types of numbering. All of these are called numbering. All of them are called numbering. So you just look for the type of numbering that you want. It's either this or this or that or this or this or this. Anyone, when you are working on a document, you are allowed to use different types of numbering. So then you just pick the one that suits your work or your taste. So I think I prefer this, so I'll select it. Another type of numbering is this one. This one actually is used when you are working on a book. All right, multi-level list. This is for multi-level list. So this is when you're working on a book. That's when you use this. But we're not working in a book. I just want to show you so that you know that you can still use them. It's called multi-level list. So you can choose any one of your choice. Okay. Then this is for indexing, increasing the index and reducing the index. So you just see what that one is doing. You see that it's moving it towards the left align or towards the right align. All right. So this is what we call index. It's moving the ruler towards the left or towards the right. Where you do this is when you're doing letters and you want to shift a body of text. You want to move it without moving the entire document. So you just select the one you want to move. You can just select the particular one you want to move and now move the index. All right. So it will help you to move whatever you want to move. Okay. To help you to move. So I want you to know this. All right. Then this is to reduce the width or the space. This one is called spacing. Spacing. All right. This one is called spacing. Use it to reduce the space in between lines. So I want to reduce the space of these two lines. I'll come here and say remove space after. So after those lines, I don't want to have a space. I'll say remove space after. All right. Then another thing you can see there, you can see the index, the num you can see the you can see the space in between here. This is 1.0, this is 1.15, this is 1.5. This is sometimes when you are given an official document to type, they might specify the type of spacing they want on the document. So this is where you can work on the spacing. So you have 2.0, you have 3.0. So you choose the spacing that suits what you're doing. All right. I prefer the one I chose now. Then if you want more line spacing, you go to this line spacing option. So these are the places, this is the place you have to do your spacing. And under here, you see preview. This anything you're doing, you're seeing it here. So you can, this alignment is justified like I did. So with this is justified alignment and it's a body of text. Now this is where you do the indentation. This is 00. All right. Then you want a special first line highlight. Okay, you see it's moving the on the preview, so you choose first line or heading. However, I just want it to be none. Okay, none, make it none. So now you can now choose space before. You now increase the space before the text. want it to be 12 points, you see that it's moving here, it's moving down here, all right? Or you can make it 12 points. So this is where you put in what you want, or you can put author. Just know that this spacing is what you do when they give you specification of what to do. If there's no specification, you use the default spacing, or when you want to work on a big document, you can use the spacing to reduce gaps in your document. So when you're done, you want a multiple line 1.5 for double. There are times they give you specification according to what you're doing, the document you're creating. These are options of what to do. So you just pick the one that you want. At the end of the day, you select it. When you're done, you say okay. Then you now see what you've done. Look at what I did. All right. But however, I don't like this. So I'm going to return it to where it is. Okay. So far, I'm going to stop here so far. I'm going to stop here so far. I'll need you to just remember that we stopped at line spacing. Another class will continue from here so that we can finish up on Microsoft Word, be fast about it. The reason why I spent time on this home is because the home is the major place where you do the most work. Then after then, you now do insert and do page layout, and we'll call it a day. Thank you so much for um, having me today. Just do the practice. I'm going to tell you right on the WhatsApp platform the practice you're going to be in. But however, you're going to be creating this exact document with the colors and everything. This exact document is what you're creating. Other assignments will come in on our WhatsApp platform. Thank you.